Some places seem to hum with mystery, where the air feels charged and every shadow seems to whisper a secret. High in the Rocky Mountains stands one of those places, a grand hotel with a dark and glittering past. The Stanley Hotel has inspired countless ghost stories, but none more famous than Stephen King's The Shining. It was here, in this magnificent yet haunting lodge, that King dreamed up the Overlook Hotel, a place where isolation, madness, and the supernatural intertwine. For me, the Stanley Hotel is one of my absolute favorite places I've ever visited in the United States. There's just something about its eerie charm, the creaking floors, the flickering lights, the way the mountain seems to loom protectively yet ominously over it all. In this special episode swap, our friend Ani Khajadourian from Audibly Haunted brings that world to life in her signature storytelling style. So dim the lights, pour yourself something warm, or something stronger, and settle in as Ani takes you deep into the ghostly legends that still wander the halls of the Stanley Hotel. Don't forget to follow Audibly Haunted wherever you get your podcasts, and on Instagram at Audibly Haunted for more beautiful haunting tales.
Standing tall and silent beneath the shadow of the Colorado Rockies, with its grand architecture and deep secrets kept within her walls, is the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. A beacon for tourists seeking both luxury and the beauty of nature, it is also a place where the veil between the living and the dead seems impossibly thin. Whispers of strange occurrences have followed the hotel's storied history, from unexplained footsteps echoing down empty hallways to the eerie sounds of distant laughter filling rooms that should have otherwise been silent. Some say it is the spirits of past guests. Others believe it is the energy of the hotel itself, infused with the memories of a century-old past, that stirs the hotel's restless hauntings. No matter the cause, the Stanley Hotel is undeniably a place where the supernatural is as much as a part of its allure as its luxurious charm. As night falls and the hotel's guests retire to their rooms, the atmosphere shifts. In the stillness, something seems to stir in the corners, in the creaking floors and the flickering lights. Those brave enough to stay have reported ghostly figures wandering through rooms, cold spots where warmth should be, and the sense of being watched by unseen eyes. Some are drawn to the hotel's most famous hauntings, like the mischievous spirits of room 407 or the gentlemanly cowboy energy of room 428. But there are countless other stories, each with its own unsettling twist. The Stanley Hotel is not just a place to rest, but a place where the echoes of the past linger in the most unexpected ways. So, let's dive into that. And I'll see you all next week. Freeland Oscar Stanley, born in 1849, was a man of innovation and determination. He found success as an inventor, most notably co-creating the Stanley Steamer automobile, which was one of the first vehicles to gain widespread recognition for its steam-powered engine. Oscar's entrepreneurial spirit allowed him to amass a significant wealth. but it was his battle with tuberculosis that led him to Colorado. Seeking relief from the dry climate, he moved to Estes Park in the early 1900s. Inspired by the breathtaking natural beauty of the area, Oscar envisioned building a grand hotel to attract wealthy travelers. In 1909, after years of planning and construction, the Stanley Hotel was born. A majestic colonial-style resort complete with modern luxuries like electricity and modern indoor plumbing. A rarity at the time. But that's not all. The hotel even featured telephones in the rooms and a full maid and cooking staff that cared for the hotel. It quickly became a favorite retreat for affluent guests and was considered one of the finest hotels in the West. However, the Stanley Hotel's history was marked by a traumatic event in 1911. Just 2 years after the hotel was built, the valley where the hotel stands became flooded due to harsh and heavy rains. Due to the flooding, for the first time since the hotel's birth, the power to the whole building went out. Stanley took it upon himself to go into each and every room to install gas lanterns so that the guests would have some light during their stay. Unknown to anyone, a gas leak was happening in one of the rooms. Now, you may ask, how did they find that out? Well, as she was making her rounds, a maid came to the door of one of the rooms and entered with a lit match in her hand. Like a bomb going off, 10% of the building was blown to bits. Some even reported saying that they saw the room's bathtub fly high into the sky with the force of the blast. Despite the considerable damage, Oscar's resilience shone through. He immediately oversaw repairs and the hotel reopened, continuing to attract visitors from across the nation. The explosion became just another chapter in the Stanley Hotel's storied past, which would later inspire writer Stephen King as he wrote The Shining, and cemented the hotel's reputation as both a historical landmark and a center for paranormal intrigue. Let's begin our descent into the madness that is the Stanley Hotel by starting off on the second floor. Remember that explosion in 1911 I had mentioned before? That room the maid entered was room 217. This was the room Stephen King stayed in that gave him weird dreams and inspired him to write his book, The Shining. That maid I had mentioned before was head chambermaid Elizabeth Wilson. While doing her rounds that night, she entered room 217 with a lit match for light. Not knowing what was waiting for her behind the door was a room filled with vaporous gas. The moment she opened the door, she was blasted backwards from room 217 and ended up at the entrance of the dining hall, located on the first floor. Miraculously, Elizabeth survived and returned to work in 1913, just 2 years later. She even remained employed with the hotel until 1950. But as guests come and go, Elizabeth is said to still wander the halls of the Stanley in death, just as she did in life. The haunting in room 217, however, is one that's not exactly, well, frightening. In fact, Elizabeth is quite the helpful spirit, you can say. Guests have stated that as they woke in the morning, the room appeared to have been cleaned up and made tidier than what it was when they went to sleep. Some have stated waking to the bed being made around them while still being in the bed. Clothes and suitcases are said to have been folded and organized by the time guests come back to the room or even by the time they wake up. However, should an unmarried couple stay in the room, the staff warns of a restless night coming your way. Unmarried couples have felt someone coming and lying down between them in the bed as they sleep in the night. The Stanley was a place for many families back in the day to come and enjoy the stunning Colorado summer weather. Parents wanted to enjoy the stay so much that they would bring their nannies along for the vacation so that they could wrangle the kids while mom and dad relaxed. Old accounts of the building would state that children were always heard running up and down the hallways in the building, playing and laughing. But even before becoming hotel suites, the fourth floor was live-in quarters for the female workers and their children. You see, with a building like the Stanley, made of stone and wood, it seems to have soaked in much of the memories of yesteryear. A major hotspot within the hotel is the fourth floor. It is said to be the most haunted floor in the hotel. Visitors who have stayed stated that while in their rooms late in the night, they can hear children running up and down the hallway, yelling and laughing, to the point that makes them ask, "Where is your mother?" Guests growing annoyed or worried will come to their doors, swing them open, to find that the hallway is completely empty, and yet it still rings with the sounds heard just a moment ago. Guests on this floor seem to experience closet doors that are said to open and shut on their own, and people's items, especially clothing, tend to go missing, only to reappear later, put away neatly in a drawer. Are these ghostly children simply memories recorded into the very foundation of the Stanley's walls? Or are they more intelligent? Let's explore the fourth floor a little deeper, shall we? Room 401 at the Stanley Hotel is often regarded as one of the more haunted rooms in the building. Guests have reported hearing unexplained sounds, such as doors opening and closing on their own, footsteps pacing through the hallways, and disembodied voices speaking in hushed tones. Some visitors have even claimed to feel a sudden drop in temperature or an overwhelming sense of being watched. The room is speculated to be haunted by Lord Dunraven, an Irishman who never actually visited the Stanley, but once owned the land it was built on. One particularly eerie tale involves a guest who woke to find the covers of their bed tugged from under them, as though someone was trying to make the bed in the middle of the night. But outside of a neat and tidy ghost, some have even felt someone inappropriately grabbing them or stroking their hair. Men who stay in the room have reported a hostile presence and have had items go missing. One man had his wedding ring sitting on the bathroom sink, and while in the bathroom, he watched it mysteriously move and fall straight into the drain. A little down the hall is room 407, another hotspot for paranormal activity at the Stanley Hotel, with reports of ghostly encounters that send shivers down the spine. Guests staying in this room often describe hearing the sound of children laughing and playing, this time in the room rather than out in the hallway, even though the room is typically quiet and devoid of young visitors. The laughter is said to emanate out of nowhere, from nowhere in particular, leaving many guests unsettled. In addition to the playful sounds, there are frequent reports of objects mysteriously moving or being misplaced, sometimes even appearing in locations far from where they were originally placed. Some guests have experienced the sensation of being touched by unseen hands, or feeling as though they were being pulled back into bed after they got up in the night. These strange occurrences are attributed to the lingering spirits of children who once stayed at the hotel, with one ghostly child reportedly having a mischievous tendency to create small disturbances. Room 407's history, combined with its eerie atmosphere, ensures it remains one of the hotel's most famous haunted spaces. Hauntings are bad enough, but make it the haunting of children? No thanks. Room 428 at the Stanley Hotel is famous, not only for its eerie occurrences, but also for the presence of a friendly cowboy ghost, who seems to be more playful than menacing. Guests who have stayed in this room have reported feeling a sense of warmth and comfort, despite the usual unsettling atmosphere that surrounds the hotel's haunted reputation. The cowboy ghost, often described as a tall man dressed in old-fashioned Western attire, is said to appear as an apparition in the corner of the room, or sometimes as a shadowy figure in the hallway. He doesn't seem to be interested in scaring guests, but rather enjoys making his presence known in a subtle, more harmless way. Some people report hearing the sound of boots walking around the room, or feel an unexpected gust of wind, as though someone has just walked past them. On occasion, guests have claimed to feel a strange but not entirely unpleasant sensation of being touched or patted on the back, like a friendly gesture from the ghostly cowboy himself. Women who stay in the room have even felt the cowboy kissing them on the forehead just as they start to fall asleep. A couple who stayed in the room stated that he was quite the gentleman, saying that when asked to leave, the cowboy obliged and is heard walking out of the room. Others have noticed that the temperature in the room seems to fluctuate, not becoming colder, but becoming warmer when the spirit is near, as if he is trying to make the guests feel more at ease. The Cowboy ghost is often seen as a benign spirit who doesn't seem to have unfinished business or anger to vent, but rather is just a lingering soul that enjoys the company of those who stay in room 228. His presence adds to a unique, lighter touch to the otherwise eerie environment of the Stanley Hotel. As the years pass, the Stanley Hotel continues to stand as a monument to both beauty and mystery, its halls forever echoing with the whispers of the past. Guests come and go, seeking comfort or thrill, unaware that some part of them may never truly leave. The ghosts that haunt its rooms are not just fleeting spirits. They are an enduring presence, a part of the hotel's history and its very soul. From the laughter of children in room 407 to the chilling forehead kisses in room 428, each haunting tells a story of those who once walked the hotel's grand halls, their unfinished business lingering in the air like the softest breeze. No matter how many more times the hotel's doors open and close, the supernatural occurrences only seem to grow more intense, as if the spirits are calling out, desperate to be remembered. For some, the Stanley Hotel is merely a place to stay, a beautiful escape nestled in the mountains. For others, it is a place where the living and the dead blur their lines, where the past refuses to be forgotten. The hotel's spectral residents may be playful, malevolent, or even comforting. But one thing is certain: they are a constant reminder that some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. As night falls and the stars watch over the hotel, the shadows grow longer, and the quiet hum of the hotel becomes just a little more alive with the echoes of those who never truly left. This has been Audibly Haunted, and I'm your host, Khajadourian. You can find Audibly Haunted wherever you get your podcasts: Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, you name it. So give it a listen and drop a rating or a review and tell all your friends. And remember, you can always find Audibly Haunted on Instagram at Audibly Haunted. And if you have a ghost story that you would like to share, I would love to hear it. You can always reach out to me at audiblyhaunted@gmail.com or send me a message on Instagram. I would love to hear from all of you. Welcome to Audibly Haunted. I'm your host, Khajadourian.